are spinning.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gerald Holcomb, your voice for liberty and freedom.
Freedom!
And I am excited.
And my name is Ronald Perryman. Excuse me, Gerald, but I normally go first on this program. You sort of cut me off before I could make my opening statement, and that was a bit rude.
Well, I just felt it was time for a change. How does it feel, Ronald? Just like you on our last episode, feeling it was time for the Republican Party in 24 to get behind a new candidate for our next presidential nominee. You have turned your back on the greatest president in world history and are now pushing that little squirt from Florida. I would say you're being quite rude to all Donald Trump supporters.
Not rude at all. Just trying to educate them on the wisdom of going in another route this time. Nothing against Trump. I loved his policies, but he just didn't have...
Hey guys, I'm here too. My name is Spud Goodman.
Spud Goodman.
And don't let me stop this ongoing civil war between you guys and your two candidates, but Ronald, I'm really tired of hearing I love Trump's policies, but that's like saying I prefer swallowing strychnine over rat poison. DeSantis is just a mini-me Trump, man.
For once we agree on something, Spud, as with both candidates supporting the same policies, why would anyone desert the guy who came up with them in the first place and favor some copycat who stole them from him? You know DeSantis needs to stop right now trying to act mean and tough. That is intellectual property theft from Donald Trump.
Nonsense. Donald Trump does not have the copyright on being mean and tough. That is totally within the public domain. Google it.
Well, the next thing you know is DeSantis will start wearing a red hat and saying, make America great again.
Maybe matching brownish hats and shirts, but no way he starts hanging out with porn stars. I really doubt it, unless he paid them too. The guy has the charisma level of like a stapler.
Well, you have not seen the real Ron DeSantis yet, Spud. Once he has officially declared he's running, then you'll take back those words. He is the brightest and most exciting star the GOP has had in many, many years.
Yeah, that's like praising any player on the Houston Texans roster. Yeah, maybe you could pick out a player that doesn't suck as much, but he would still suck.
I'm a Houston fan.
Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah, unlike the Houston Texans, I should say that Donald Trump is all about winning. He wins so much that it makes you feel sad for all the people he destroys in his path.
You're going to get so tired of winning, you're going to say, Mr. President, please, we don't want to win anymore. It's too much.
Yeah, he's a real winner for sure. A real whiz in business, marriage, and except for one fluke election in 2016, a total genius politically. Hey, can we just move on to the first topic now?
I guess. This one, I think, is one of yours, right, Spud?
Yeah, it is.
Spinning, spinning, heads are spinning.
So I'm announcing I'm starting a petition to nicely ask Fox to drop the news part of their name. You know, the news thing just has to go. I'm serious here. And if they don't, I and millions of others will stop hate watching it if necessary, you know, if they refuse to do the right thing. This is not too much to ask, is it? Come on. I mean, it will relieve them of the burden of trying to fake being in the news business.
It's all fake news.
Spud, I know you are getting great satisfaction from the Fox News ongoing court battle with that communist voting system company, Dominion. You're way in over your skis on this, and it will be very embarrassing when only you and your family members and maybe a friend or two sign your so-called petition. Everyone loves Fox News, except your coastal elites.
Don't you live on the West Coast, Ronald?
That's not the point.
Hey, Ronald, Spud has trashed Fox News for many years on our radio show, and it's hurt me deeply, but as a co-host, I could not defend the channel and provide the other side, the fair and balanced side.
Fair and balanced. It's who we are.
After reading just a tiny bit of the court documents in the $1.6 billion Dominion case, you have to feel a little embarrassed. And I can hardly wait for the $2.7 billion Smartmatic suit filed against Fox to start. I mean, lying is expensive. Who knew? Yeah, I mean, those billions Fox will be paying out is not nearly enough to compensate the damage they've done around the world. So the least they can do is take the news part off their name. It will free them to be what they are, a cable TV production of A Birth of a Nation.
Well, Spud, no one asked you. At least not real Americans. And sure, a few of those Marxist agitators out there might be with you on this, but not any true patriots in this country.
And Ronald, don't forget those Antifas who destroyed our Capitol on January 6th. They would love nothing more than for Fox News to capitulate to their radical wishes. I mean, without this beloved channel, who would have told us what really happened on that sad day? Surely not CNN or MSNBC. No, they blamed everything on Donald Trump and his loyal supporters, great Americans who got smeared by those George Soros stormtroopers.
A recent poll revealed 61% of Republicans still believe the election was stolen. The only thing that will change conservative minds, it looks like, is maybe electroshock therapy. But with the co-pays and everything, that's just not doable financially. So I'm just trying to do what's right with my petition. I know Rupert Murdoch said he's only concerned about the green, and 1.6 and 2.7 billion is a bit of pain, but this dude is worth many, many more billions. So making this self-described newsman be forced to drop the news part would be well worth it to a lot of people, okay? It would make both him and his little flunky son Lachlan bawl uncontrollably. So if anyone is interested in signing my petition, email me at headsarespinningproductions@gmail.com. Thanks.
I think you've gone too far on this, Spud.
Yeah, he doesn't care, Ronald. Trust me. Let's move on to the next topic, as I came up with this one.
Spinning, spinning, heads are spinning.
So I've given this a lot of thought, and I'm now on board with the recent suggestion of one of our greatest conservative voices in Congress, Marjorie Taylor Greene. We do need a divorce. Not me, as my wife Rachel and I are still madly in love with each other after 23 years of blissful marriage. I'm referring to America. It's time.
I think it's just Marjorie Taylor now, as she just got divorced. But I guess that does make her an expert on this topic.
But Gerald, this is something that I'm with you on. I mean, why pretend that true patriots feel any connection to the libs in the blue states? They're like aliens from another galaxy to real Americans. It is time.
And I think it would be pretty easy to pull off. First, we drop New York and California, as they're just dead weight and a breeding ground for socialism and those goth people.
Yeah, those goth people are something to keep an eye on for sure.
We can fix most of our problems in this country by just reorganizing things. Who says we need to have 50 states? In my mind, around 30 is more than enough. Just to get rid of the riffraff,
Yes, the riffraff. They're wrecking America. And I know when this happens, my family and I may have to move to a state that better shares our values.
I myself am thinking the real estate prices will be a lot more attractive in, say, Alabama or Mississippi.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a reason why the real estate is cheaper in red states, Why don't you both make the move now and we can chat about it after your first few weeks there? Like in places where there are maybe only a couple books left on the shelves of libraries and you have to maybe hop on a plane to catch, a drag show?
Okay, first, we need to make sure everyone gets behind Marjorie Taylor Greene's bold proposal.
Excuse me. Again, legally, it's Marjorie Taylor.
Whatever. She needs to hear from us all that we're 100% behind her. When Donald Trump decides to leave the White House after he wins in 24, this amazing woman might be the right candidate to be the first female president.
Or whenever Ron DeSantis leaves the White House. I agree she might be a good option for the GOP. It's a little early now for that kind of talk, though.
If that lady is ever elected president, there will be no need for her little idea, as the country would be, basically disintegrate on Inauguration Day. You'd be looking at a 4 or 5 state country then.
Well, maybe that's just what is necessary to make America great again.
And to stop the wokeness. If there's even a tiny bit of it still around after a few terms of President DeSantis.
Oh, God, yes. We must stop that darn wokeness. Hey, can we just end this thing now, as I have TV shows to watch?
All right, let's move on to It's a Wrap.
Spinning, spinning, heads are spinning.
Though, Gerald, we do not see eye to eye on who should be our next commander-in-chief. I do feel we share a belief that those libs are like fire ants and they need to be taken care of.
You know, I see them more as gophers, Ronald. Just a terrible nuisance, and if ignored, they can really destroy a beautiful country.
I don't know what's up with being compared to an insect or a rodent, but if I had to choose, I'll go with a rodent, as I think gophers are kind of cute, you know?
Well, and the only one who can effectively handle this job is, of course, Donald J. Trump, the greatest president in world history.
Well, he's pretty good, but you ain't seen nothing yet, as Ron DeSantis will take this country to places where it has never been.
Oh, Mr. Copycat DeSanctimonious will be trying to go to the same exact places that got Donald Trump to the White House. He doesn't have an original thought in his head.
Hey guys, can we veer off the political talking points for a sec? I was thinking last night while I was watching a movie on Netflix, am I the only person who thinks it's dumb for directors to make actresses in bedroom scenes, like when they're waking up in the morning, they always have to wear full makeup and have perfect hair? What human being looks awesome at 6 in the morning? It's kind of freakish and sends a signal to real, actual women that they should probably get up at like 4 a.m. to freshen up. I can't be the only person who's offended by this situation.
What are you talking about?
You're wasting time here talking about makeup and hair care for women. Just how low is your testosterone level, Spud?
It's on my mind right now, and I thought others, might be bugged about it too. And there's another thing, when they show romantic scenes in the morning before a couple gets out of bed, kissing and stuff, the characters are never seen getting up to go brush their teeth first. I mean, it's the right thing to do in real life. Show some freakish courtesy to your partner.
I really don't know how to respond to that bizarre rant of yours. I think I'll sign off now. I am Ronald Perryman. Goodbye.
I think you weirded out Ronald, Spud. He doesn't get you. Maybe on our next episode you could, stay on topic a bit more. I'm just saying. I guess I'll sign off now, too. I am Gerald Holcomb, your voice for liberty and freedom. Freedom!
Okay, fine. I'll try to keep my input focused on political issues, even if I'm bored out of my mind with certain topics. And I never did get to another area that I feel demands an in-depth discussion. What's the deal with Netflix cracking down on sharing passwords? That will destroy a lot of lives. Like mine, for instance. Anyway, I am Spud Goodman. Be all that you can be, and I mean that. God bless and ciao.
Bye-bye. Heads are spinning.